In this episode, I'll be sharing 3 financial mistakes I made sa first quarter ng 2025 and how I recovered from them. Kaya kung ready ka na, tara, i-breakdown natin yan. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rob, your personal finance guide. Before we start this episode, let me share something with you. 93.3% ng nanonood sa channel na to ay hindi nakasubscribe. So, if you enjoy my episodes, can I ask you a small favor? Hit that subscribe button. It helps the channel grow, reach more Filipinos, and spread financial literacy. The bigger we get, the more value I can bring to you. And I promise I'll keep delivering quality episodes as we scale. Deal? Okay, let's get to the breakdown. Nito lang end of February, I was caught off guard with my finances. And yes, I know it sounds counterproductive na nagtuturo ako ng personal finance, pero ako mismo nakaka-experience ng stress from financial management. Of course, hindi naman tayo exempted sa ganitong rules. Alam niyo yung feeling na there's a lot happening with your finances, pero hindi mo alam kung ano yung uunahin. Ganun yung na-feel ko. I felt like I'm losing control, which leads to my financial mistake number 1, being a financial freak. Nung na-discover ko yung personal finance, and as I dig deeper into it, nagtatrack ako talaga ng lahat ng expenses, as in 95% actually nung cash flow every single month tinatrack ko. Alam niyo yung kada galaw ililista mo. Ganun yung mga taong nakakasama ko, especially kapag halimbawa may mga involved na gastos-gastos. Tapos all throughout the day, alam nila na tinatanong ko kung magkano, tapos ililista ko yun. And hindi ko namamalayan na the act itself subconsciously drains me. Hindi naman masama na nagtatrack ka. Pero kasi, if you know what I mean, nung napunta ko dun sa sa extreme side, na as in tinatrack ko talaga, may 5% margin of error pa ako niyan na. Pero yun, cost me at least 3 days of financial anxiety. Kasi nga, feeling ko bumabagsak na lahat nung ginawa kong sistema. Hindi na gumagana, tapos mali-mali na yung mga ginagawa ko sa finances ko, ganun. Part nun, gumawa ako ng masyadong maraming subcategories sa budget ko. So, pati yung mga dapat na flexible expenses, nilagyan ko ng strict budget. Ending, super stressful. Mistake number 2, not treating myself. Marami akong binibigay sa iba, pero minsan, wala akong space para i-enjoy yung sarili kong earnings. I know a lot of you will relate to this. Especially those people na grabe mag-ipon. Mas madaling ibigay yung gusto ng iba. But when it comes to treating ourselves, parang masyado nating dina-downplay. Pwedeng sa susunod na lang, di ko pa yan need, may mga mas importanteng bagay pa na pwede kong paggamitan ng pera nito. Comment below kung relate kayo sa ganyang mindset, kasi ganyan ako. Pero super demotivating kasi ang bilis lumabas ng pera. Tapos, hindi ko man lang matreat yung sarili ko kahit sa simpleng bagay. Meron ngang time sa journey ko na after kong ma-allocate lahat ng mga dapat bayaran, all the allocations I need, 1,000 plus na lang yung natira ko. Tapos hindi pa tapos yung first week. Kumbaga parang first half pa lang nung first week of the month. Ganun. Tapos, I ask myself, how do I survive this entire month in just 1,000 plus pesos? So, grabe talaga yung experience ko nun. And it felt suffocating. Parang lahat ng pera ko napupunta lang sa bills, sa savings, sa mga iba pang bayarin. Nakakalimutan ko na yung living part ng living expenses. So, ayun, pakita ko sa inyo yung allocation ko dati, which cost me a lot of anxiety. Flash ko sa screen. Take note na paiba-iba tong allocation ko every 3 months sa sobrang pagka-financial freak ko. Nag-experiment naman kasi talaga ako kung ano yung fit na sistema for me. Itong point na to, nahirapan na akong sundan. Kasi nga, ang ginawa ko, I was forced to put budget on every item on that list instead. Tapos, hindi ko pwede galawin kasi nga, quote-unquote, pinag-iipunan ko. I am saving too much. Kahit yung mga subcategories na nakikita nyo dyan na nakalista under essential expense, hindi ko na nagagastos kasi nga, meron akong subconscious thought na dapat isave ko to. Dapat hindi ko to gastusin. Pero as you can see, nakalagay siya sa under essential expenses. So meaning, dapat ginagamit ko, diba? Anyway, enough of that. Let's move to financial mistake number 3. Not automating my finances. Alam ko naman talaga na dapat nag-automate na ako ng finances ever since. Kasi aware ako of this. May feature yung mga bank apps natin. Automated transfer, automated parang scheduled payments. Yan, may mga ganyang feature yung bank applications. I've known it for a long time. Pero dahil nga sa pagiging financial freak ko, di ko ginagawa kasi I thought I can manage everything. Ayan, nagyayabang. Tapos yun, yung oras at energy ko, napupunta na lang sa pagtatrack ng mga repetitive transactions. Hindi naman mas may automation. Automation doesn't mean na tamad tayo sa finances. It means we're smart with our time. And it allows us to focus on bigger financial goals rather than doing the same thing over and over. Pero may redemption naman ako sa kwento na to, di ba? Sa episode na to. Nag-bounce back naman ako. Mga around 3 days ako nag-reflect sa finances ko. Kasi grabe talaga, para akong nag-meltdown. I look for guides online at nag-reflect ako kung ano ba yung dating gumagana and ano ba yung nangyayari sa akin ngayon when it comes to my finances. I realized how important the stress management, lalo kapag sa kaperahan. Kasi hindi biro talaga siya. Pero I'm sure na isa yung pera sa everyday stress ng mga Filipinos. So, what I did is, kapag stressed kasi ako, lumalabas ako, naglalakad ako, nagbabike, I do something physical, kahit stretches, mga ganun. It really helps. I have to remove myself from the place where the stress is happening. So, kung limbawa, dito, nakaupo ako. I have to get out of here for a while para matagtag yung stress na naranasan ko. Next thing I did is nag-reallocate ako ng budget. So, ginawa kong broader umbrella terms instead na maraming subcategories. Let me show you if flash ko ulit sa screen. From kanina, di ba, ang dami. Ito na yung bago kong budget plan. It's almost identical pero sobrang laki ng difference because it's clearer and it's broader. Same lang yan, pero binawasan ko lang teka, parang minerge ko. The less, the better talaga. I learned that the hard way. First quarter pa lang naman ng taon, hindi pa naman huli ang lahat. Again, kung nararanasan mo rin yung mga ganito, take a step back and then reflect on your finances. Okay lang yan, makaka-recover ka like I did. And if you want me to break down something specific in this channel, please leave a comment below and I'll try my best to make an episode about it. If you enjoyed this episode, you're gonna love my other episodes where I break down other personal finance concepts. Make sure to check them out dito sa taas or anywhere dyan na magpa-pop sa screen nyo. That's it for this episode. See you on the next. Mata na